My name's Scott Wilkinson. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. Today, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about threadless body jewelry. How to insert it, how to remove it, and how to adjust it so it doesn't fall out on you. Now to start off with, I'm going to explain what threadless body jewelry means. That basically means you have a librette, a barbell, or even a circular barbell now, where the bead is attached with a small pin. There's a pin coming out of the bead or the gem, and it inserts into the post. Now when you look at this pin, you're going to see there's a small bend on the end, and that bend creates pressure holding the jewelry together. Now, when you first get your jewelry, it's probably going to come straight and extremely loose. If you bought it from a piercer, they might adjust this for you in advance. Now, if you have to adjust the pin, it's really simple to do. All you're going to want to do is take the jewelry, the post or the barbell, and you're going to take the gem or the bead, and you're going to insert it just a little tiny bit, and you're going to want to add a little bit of a bend to it. Now, don't add a lot. Just add that little bend and push it all the way in. If it seems still too loose, pull it back out and add a little bit more bend until you get just the right amount of pressure. If you add too much bend on here, you're going to have a tough time getting it in there, and it's possible to kink the jewelry when you're trying to put it in. So just a little bit of a bend so the pressure's in there. Now, most jewelry companies have a pretty universal size, and they are going to work together. There are some companies that make them much larger or smaller, and they don't work as well. If it is slightly smaller, sometimes adding an S-bend can actually make it much more secure and snug. Now, to add the S-bend, you're actually going to push the pin in about halfway, and you're going to add that first bend. And as you pull it out, where you'd add that first bend for the first one, you're just going to do the counter pressure. So you're going to actually create the S inside there. And as you see, when you press it in there, it should be much more tight and more secure. And if you need to adjust this, make it a little tighter, adjust the outside, not the inside bend. Now, if you add too much on that first bend, you're not even going to be able to push that piece in, and when you push it in, you might just break the pin. So be careful and don't add too much bend on that first one. Now, to insert your jewelry, I must say, first of all, keep this outside of oral piercings. Don't put this inside your mouth. You don't want to be dropping that bead. But if you're putting your jewelry in, you need to put in the barbell or the librette part first. Don't put the gem in there and try to attach it. So once your librette or barbell's in there, all you need to do is take that gem or the ball and it pushes in. Now, if it seems slippery, grab a paper towel, wash your hands with a lot of soap to get the oils off your hands, and you'll get a better grip and you'll be able to get it to go in nice and tight. Now, make sure you push straight in, because if there's too much of a bend, you'll end up kinking the jewelry, possibly destroying the jewelry. So be very careful when you're putting it in. Now, as far as removing your jewelry, it's actually pretty simple. You just need to pull the two apart. Now, the more bend you put on there, the harder you're going to have to pull. So keep that in mind when you're putting that bend on there. And the last thing I want to say about this is don't use tools. If you're sticking pliers on there or some sort of things to pull it apart, you're going to damage the jewelry, or even worse, damage yourself. So don't use tools. If you can't get it by hand, go see your piercer. Now, personally, the threadless jewelry, in my opinion, is a big game changer. A lot less people lose their beads, and it works out much better for them. What do you think about them? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you enjoyed my video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and of course, keep putting holes in your body. We'll see you on the next video.